The day had started brightly for the Social Democrats. A family photo on the steps of Leinster House showcasing their newly expanded ranks. Of their 11 TDs, 7 are newly elected. The questioning quickly centred to one of them, Eoin Hayes of Dublin Bay South, and the question of when he sold shares in a company he used to work for.
There were shares granted as part of my compensation package then. I have divested completely from those shares. I completely divested from them within the last 12 months. Before I entered politics, I divested from those shares entirely. Right? I don't have the shareholding.
In the course of 22 minutes of questioning, Deputy Hayes refused to say when he had sold his shares in Palantir, a data analytics company which is now a major supplier to the Israeli military. But he had insisted that he sold his shareholding before becoming a Dublin City Councillor in June, something he stated 23 times. That press conference wrapped up at about 11 a.m, but 4 hours later, a fresh statement arriving from Eoin Hayes and the Social Democrats with dramatically different information. Eoin Hayes confirming he hadn't actually sold his 7,000 shares provided as part of his salary package until July of this year, when they were worth €199,000. He acknowledged this contradicted what he had said at the press conference earlier and apologised unreservedly for the incorrect information. He also said he regretted not selling his shares in the company last January when it signed a strategic partnership with the Israeli Defence Ministry, again contradicting what he had said earlier.
As soon as I became aware that Israel had very close relationships with that company, I divested from those shares.
This evening, the Social Democrats suspended Eoin Hayes from the parliamentary party, saying it was imperative that the media be able to rely on the answers given by public reps.
Right, let's get more on this now from our political correspondent, Gavin Riley. This has really taken the gloss off the Social Democrats' strong performance in the election, Gavin.
And it's been very difficult, and I've had people, some of them, has to be said, somewhat gloating from the likes of the Greens and the Labour Party, who said that they felt that they were punished at the general election by voters who said that they would actually rather vote for the Social Democrats because of the avowedly public stance that the Social Democrats had taken on the likes of the Occupied Territories Bill. And it's very, very damaging for the Social Democrats that on the very day that they were presenting their newly enlarged parliamentary party, that now one of their members has already been suspended before the day is out. The Taoiseach Simon Harris has been giving an interview to us this evening to be aired on The Tonight Show this evening at 10:15. He has had a little bit to say about this developing story.
I'm conscious I'm not au fait with all the details because of the busy day of meetings with independents and others I've had, but it does appear this is a serious matter. It is obviously a matter for the Social Democrats in the first instance, and I think the fact that they've taken that decision I suppose probably reflects the seriousness with which they attach to the matter as well. But let's see how it develops. I'm not across all the detail.
There's one other parallel aspect to this as well, and that concerns the disclosure that Eoin Hayes made to Dublin City Council when he was elected as a councillor earlier this year. I believe we can bring that up now on screen in just a moment. Effectively, it amounts to his ethics disclosure that he made when he was a member of the City Council that was filed in June of this year. He said at that time that he had already divested of his shareholding. Now, the date on that document is June the 26th. However, I'm told this afternoon by the Social Democrats press office, effectively that is a typo. He actually filed that declaration on July the 26th, at which time it was true that he had divested himself of the shares. But no doubt, anyway, in any event, a really, really difficult controversy for the Social Democrats. It is worth saying very briefly, this has somewhat overshadowed and a dramatic intervention on a day when we thought there would be some government formation talks. There will be some preliminary discussions this evening between Jack Chambers and Helen McEntee. The delay is because Jack Chambers spent the day in Brussels at an ECOFIN meeting. He's only due back about now.